Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Fire Emblem Cerulean Crescent. Last time was kind of a trip, I'm not gonna lie. I forget which endgame chapter I was supposed to pick. Is it this one? No, this isn't it. Okay, last time it was really trippy. We had a flashback sequence, Ellery's past and how she escaped from prison, and it was something. I cannot. This isn't it either. It can't be. What? Oh my goodness, I do not know which. Because, I did some things off screen. Dress rehearsal. Okay, no, not this one. Okay, so it's definitely... Hold on. Sorry, everyone. Great start to the finale stream, of course. But yeah. Last time on Fire Emblem Cerulean Crescent, we had a really trippy moment where Ellery was remembering her past, how she broke out of prison at the cost of her dearest, dear friend, the princess. Yeah, it was interesting. No, oh god, hold on, wait a minute. This isn't good. Wait a second. Do I not have... Okay, we might have to redo the preps for this. Because I might have saved over one of the save files. Oops. That's my bad. Yeah, so as it turns out, on the prison break chapter, if you lose the prison break chapter, you get sent to an alternative endgame. We'll just do all this real quick. And that leads you to a different ending, which is interesting. I don't know if I'll really show it off. But it's basically an alternative endgame map where you just have to escort Chief Orin to the other end of a map, but you can't use stabs to do it. And it's interesting. And there's one other ending you can achieve in this game that I assume is not off the beaten path. So we're hiring you again. Do I have anything to sell? I kind of forgot everything I bought last time. Oh, man, cubes. I should give that to someone. Even soul get claimed by Plucker. Yeah. I'll take... I don't know, man. That seems good. Still mentally processing the events of last stream. Fair. Alright, so, here's the thing. if you don't decide to investigate betrayer, you get to another endgame chapter, and it's probably the worst one because it just kind of ends up with everyone dying. So, investigate him. Otherwise, everyone dies. Once more, evil has come to Yalunza. Once more, we are victims of envy and greed. But citizens... Okay, we already read this, I think. Actually, I think we made it to preps. Okay, yeah. Endgame B, Ruination. That bad. Basically, you get another endgame map, but yeah, basically everyone just dies. Wait, hold on a second. Oh my goodness, I must have really screwed up my save files. Yep. Okay, this is the wrong map. Oh no. That's really bad. Okay, here we go. Right here. Thank goodness. I found it. Everyone, don't worry. I found the right save file. We're all good. Yep, and reviewed this. Okay, here we are. Here is where we left off. Sorry, it's just there's so many alternate map chapters and everything. My save files kind of got a little messy, I'd say. Anyway, let's choose our units and outfit them as best we can. Let's give you a fortify. Like an actual step lance. Possibly light spear, plus 5 defense, plus 10 resistance. That sounds nice. Trusty tactician. Jared! Oh wait, no, we already took the ultimate lance. Here, Jared, take the Brave Lance. Queenie can take the Gold Lance. I think Wisp is fine as she is. Take the Rivet. The thing has 2 uses. Take a Bedeau, I guess? Yeah, that sounds fine. Orin can take... Oh wow, he can't even use this. Umbelaxing? He's maxed out on lances, not axes. Yeah, take the short axe. And take a silver lance. Hey, you know who can use that axe? Mr. I have S ranks and Miss I have S ranks and everything. Take. I guess you can take Link Cheat too. Just take all the S rank weapons no one else can use. Actually, can you use? Link's out, not that good. Actually, just swap around items between everyone. Or Scrooge, let's just take Aura. What's higher, your strength or your magic? Strength by a long shot, okay. Except Dark, she drew the line at Dark magic. She really did. Silver Blade. Humanity is not ready for it. There's 16 feet. My goodness, you lose 4 speed from that. That's 4 speed you really can't afford to use. Lose. Gold sword. Oh yeah, Nick, alright. You're good, honestly. You all use lances? Yes. So many lance users on this game. I should probably exchange Pluto's crap too. He really needs better weapons. Mind Crusher's not going to be really good because I think could be, I guess, against other magic users. Brave Bow. That's wait. Why is a bow that breaks you? Yeah, this bow seems a little too good to be true. This is definitely like a devil weapon or something. Like, I refuse to believe it is not. But 33 might? I don't know, that thing is killing me. And the shooter. Bows and like very interesting combination of weapons. Sounds like a devil weapon, yeah. Our objective? To stop Rosetta from getting to the boat. We have everyone on our team? Yeah, okay. Still want to get eyes on the bench. Okay, let's do this. As soon as I change formation, of course. I have warp, but like, we'll put it away for now. Sixth Slicer, Whoa Joe, Parry Speed, Bud's Big Boom. Okay, we'll give you the Big Boom, Lindros. Let's see. Give you the Black Brand, I guess. Okay, honestly, we look good. Okay. Here we go. This could be the final chapter, actually. Who these guys have? Sights of damn. Super snipe, of course. Okay. Wait, we'll finish this guy off. Oh, this is like a remix of the title screen, isn't it? Very cool. Don't need to be conservative with our weapons at all because we're at the final stage of the game. So right from the get-go, we gotta deal with Charisse. Yeah, she's got some pretty nasty stats, but I think we can deal with it pretty easily. In that way, so. First come, first served. The dish is sliced human. How far can you move? Right there. Alright, Krinya, come over here and Shadow Flame. Oh my gosh, she nearly kills. You're Charisse, aren't you? Grandmother's best student. Moshea's granddaughter. Can't see the resemblance. Yeah, you know, neither can I right now, honestly. They don't really look alike right now. Grandmother always said you were a prodigy. And that the Crescent was... protégé. The Crescent was too small. That's why you left for the mainland. Master understands me most, but Mother said you simply fled due to alienating your friends. Given your current company, I'm inclined to believe her. Bloody brat, as expected of Oriana's spawn. I see someone in Seahawk flag killing range. But Sorbet too. Tough these three be able to. Or four be able to do it again. Curious to see if you can live up to your brutal reputation. I don't want to brag, but I've gotten pretty darn good at this whole violence thing. Enough to challenge the best swordmaster on the Crescent? Let's put your confidence to the test. I may die here, but the Crescent is truly united. I'm glad to see this day come with my own eyes. Well, you didn't really buy your lord that much time, did you? It's turn one if we've already killed you. Yeah, our objective is just to get to her before she reaches the boat. So, you know, she's not too strong in her own might, it's just like having to deal with all these guys, guards surrounding her and everything. Those monsters are only slow her down so much, right? Multiple bosses covering each other's range. Ooh. Actually, no guidance yet. Lynching. Just using that's vanilla animation for like one of the S tier tomes from the vanilla games. Don't, you know, if they ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Might as well you reuse the animation. Okay, so lunge, guidance. You. Well, it's a big boom to just kill you one shot. Well, to be fair, they did choose to come that far up to us, just presumably just to buy their lord some time or whatever. Escape. Anyway, Light Brand kills you. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's throw a bit. I guess we could just let him die, but like, eh. Probably wouldn't want to unless I really, really want to. Like, really feel it's necessary. I don't. How am I not? Buys. Valley. shove. You. Kill the super sniper. One picks you up. Drops you there. I think it's another turn out of it, so that's nice. One's fine. The reason he maxed out his Lance rank, aside from his personal being Lance, I think he just had better Lance rank in general, but also it just kind of helped, because these enemies, you have real swords and lances, and I deal with them a lot, but which is kind of, it would probably be good that it gave you a bunch of lance units for that. Yeah, it's generally best to use lance units. You have a steel blade. Two more. Okay. Yeah, they're doing nothing to Krinya. Orin, but he's fine. Oh, he actually gets double cheese. Orin's speed? This has gotta be. Nice, you double. That guy's down. Too many people have given their lives for me. I cannot, must not fall. Turn the volume up on the game a little bit. Barely hear a theme for a second there. You all are named guards. They have names, but they don't have portraits. They couldn't afford the portraits, I guess. Oh, right. Bitch. Oh no. 1 damage. How dare you. Okay, yeah, sure. Do that. Go for the green. It's interesting that there's still treasured houses to visit on this map. Because we've got to be getting close to the end. This is nothing. I mean, it could be. In which case it would be even weirder to have chests and houses, but I guess it wouldn't be the first Fire Emblem game to have that on its final map. Yeah, that works. These two are just gonna go off on their own. Yeah, his growth has just, like, not been very good, but, like, whatever, right? He still does his job. Great, man. Alright, so if you want to kill this guy, that's fine. Them losing 90% of their army in 3 days. That they can't afford portraits, yeah, seriously. Oh, you're gonna have a field day with this one. Powder blast, like, literally everyone. And everyone died. How can I position this just right? Wait a second. Lucas! There she is. We found her, everyone. She was just hiding this whole time. Like, go here, kill. And she promoted. I thought she was promoted the last time we saw her, but maybe she wasn't. And everyone shows whatever left. Actually, we could just do this. Go here, fortify. Shadow Flame you. These are all Shadow Flames, but it's fine, honestly. I think we'll be fine. She would have gotten away with it too if you didn't check the bios. Hello, Pegasaurus. Yeah, I almost missed her. I was just like, oh, it's another rogue. And then I saw they had 2 HP. I was like, wait a second. Alright, Seahawk flag. This guy gets to live another turn, but it's fine, honestly. Actually, no. We just have Wisp deal with him. Okay. I could definitely see this being the final map, but I don't know if it really is. We'll just have to wait and see. That guy, you killed this guy. Alright. Oh. He critical hit, man. That should mean that guy on top of the cliff with no way down. Yeah, sometimes the position of enemies on certain maps is really funny to think about. Like, how did you get there? Okay. Yeah, go hasn't close yet, which means probably have to warp. Yeah, or just rescue drop. I'll do a couple of flyers. Or maybe they get down the way. Just rescue drop. Take care of him. We need a lot of HP. Yeah. No. Can't move far enough to advisor. He's only got freeze, but like. I'd just visit. Someone left a few coins here. Yoink. Okay. Well, I don't know what I was expecting. Can you just one minute? How'd you rate this map theme? I'm a sucker for map themes that just like remix a main theme, which is just kind of like a remix of the title screen. And I do like it. I don't know if it's like it would be like my favorite final map theme, but I like it. It's good. Alright, who could reach me? No one could reach me if I just sniped the purge guy from up there. Right. Kills. Last couple maps haven't been like too crazy hard, except for like aside from like that one map where we had to sabotage a bunch of supplies. And I think a lot of it is just because of the insane amount of tools the game gives you, which is kind of a thing about a lot of Fire Emblem games, is like the endings kind of, and just a lot of games in general, the ending is just kind of not as hard as like earlier mid game. Because of how many tools you have available to you now. Anyway. Oh my god, one would die. Unless you're a DSF game. Oh, that's true. Very true. Oh boy. Christian was high difficulties. Oh my goodness. I'll give them one thing, they did manage to make it hard to the end. Well, you just reached Asteroid, huh? Alright, then you can, I guess you get this kill. This was supposed to be one final heist before... Bird, will you forget me? Forget your best friend? He was our buddy! No! That's how you know we're approaching the finale. No more of the comic relief duo. That sounds good. So. Use the ultimate staff too. And you're frozen, unfortunately. Thankfully, you have a lot of movement, so you catch up no problem. The monsters are just acting as bodies at this point, but you know what? It worked. They are helping. I'm glad that we were finally able to find a way for green units to be helpful, and they're even able to do it by doing what they're best at. Dying horribly to the enemy. Good on you, green units, except they're not actually green units, you're purple units, but close enough. But you're green on the battle screen. That being said, they're all nearly dead. And there's a chicken on the cliff. Well, he'll probably live at least. Unless he goes after them. Only weakens some of them, so there's that. The custom sprites nowadays make the ones look like chumps. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, I'm still partial to some of them. Like some of the vanilla ones, I think still look really good.
But like, yeah, basically no contest. And then, it's something to be said about like, you know, not having, not being under like time constraints and everything when it comes typical with that, like developing video games. But it's still very, but it's still very impressive what people were able to accomplish. Oh, how they move the soldier. Okay, Owen, why don't you come over here and just smack a rifle for me? Rip all those Jareds. Good thing ours is the best. That's right. There are all army of Jareds. Almost forgot. Visit. Hey buddy, you look armed and deadly. You actually are saying this to the one member of our army who isn't that, but sure. How about I give you this nice little gift so you can leave my house alone and also not kill me? That'd be good. Great, right? We finally got one! It's a puppy! Priceless idol, movement to be the gateway to immortality. With 10,000 gold. Okay, we got 10,000 gold at 20 gold, alright. Guy folded to the one person in our army who doesn't have a weapon. Some of them are still timeless, like the sword masters and generals. Yeah. Like, I think warrior still looks really funny, but also really good. Like the spin, just always like the spin. And most of them are just like perfectly functional. There are only like a couple of them I think look a little goofy. Like the generic fighter is probably like the goofiest one. It just like every animation of the regular fighter just looks a little silly. I think some of the nomad troopers also look a little silly, or the rangers. They can look a little silly sometimes. Not as bad as the fighter, but yeah. These guys, I mean, like, he only has 23 attack, right? Not very good. I should say I'm playing this on not the easiest difficulty, but kind of like this game's equivalent of normal mode. That's also playing a part in it. You may smash once you want it because smash animations are based on FE6. Why? Oh, interesting. You can just melt through armors with thunder. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Weaken you up a bit. I don't think there's much point in going after these two. I mean, like, maybe Jared. No, there's no way, because she is beautiful. So yeah, I don't think Jared and Kaluga would be able to take her on by themselves. Even with hidden run tactics. as well use this. Yeah, some of them could be just... the Iron Axe is fine. Yeah, sure, 4 to 5, whatever. Is it time to kill your bestie? Basically, yeah. Well, that was a really good level up. Yeah, one bag. This doesn't matter. Thank you, Pomelo. And we basically just wait for them to come to us at this point. It's a shame the tiny bits of damage you guys actually managed to do to these guys don't really matter because of her skill. Just fully heals them every time. Be able to get that next turn. It's very easy to get them before they reach here. Replacing the sprites in the through the custom ones, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, there are a lot of characters have like custom sprites for themselves. Not just even lords, just like a lot of characters in general. I don't know if it's like everyone from like GBA games, but there's a lot. At least of the main playable characters. So it would, I don't know, like it. There's a. It would be cool just to see a game with all of them in action. I mean, I'm sure there's like tons of rebalances of this that will probably make use of them. Yeah, just use all that, I guess. What level up do you get? Yeah, alright. Light brand, light brand. Goodbye. What's big boom time? Okay, that's a nice clean 72 damage. What's only 20, huh? What's speed actually, Owen? Oh, it's only 17 at base. I guess it's not the worst. I guess now we just wait for him. I see what's in this chest. Damn it. Save the chicken. It's okay. He's kind of out of the range. He's just watching. Really? Thanks, game. I really needed that. Spear. It's not gonna matter, right? So it doesn't really matter if I enemy phase them because, yeah, no damage. Or the damage gets healed immediately. Yeah, it's just there to vibe. The chicken just like has no idea there's a war going on. He's not like the other Jareds. Alright, time to kill everyone. Got short bow, jeez. That's fine, it'll still work. Actually, we can just have you do it. Goodbye, licorice. Nope. He's just kind of standing there. Do we have to kill him again? Okay. No, he just... Okay. So they just stay dead. Let's flex by killing everyone then. Like, alright. Yeah, it looks like it. I was wondering how it worked. I thought they just, like, die and then get resurrect. But I guess it works like that. Potto's down. Now there's just one more. How much damage do you do to your good old pal, Ellie? Okay, well, there we go. We'll go and live. Maybe we can get like a lucky jolting John. There we go. Hills and Ninian Spites putting in work. Yeah, usually well, people get use out of it somehow. Okay, Belugo just, we'll see what does the most. I mean, I already know it's gonna be, like, the Brave Bow, but, like, okay. Alright, you live, so. Time to kill the Erica. You know, as a kid, I would get confused because Erica's cape is the same color as her hair, and I know they do that due to color limitations. But I'm like, wait, is her hair that long? But no, it's her cape. Okay, Gecko went. Okay. Well, she would die. Because if you look at the sprite like that, it just does, it almost does look like her hair. could be, but it's not. Oh, she has Miracle. Never mind, we can't finish her off yet. Ling-Chi. Hey, you wouldn't die either, actually. Wait. Yeah, barely, you would live. Not that it matters if you die. Seahawks forever! Do you hate me this much that you'd go to this extent? Of course you're not that important. I want House Heron's lands for myself. There's sprites with her hair use the same palette with like a cape or a horse saddle. Yeah, I heard a fun fact. Like, I think it's either all characters in Fire Emblem GBA in general or just the playable characters. But I think Ford from FE8 is like the only character that has eyes whose color is not used anywhere else on his sprite, which is really interesting. Because like yeah, that's just kind of how they get around limitations by like, oh hey, the person has brown eyes. Well, they just so happen to be wearing another piece of clothing that is also that exact shade of brown. The only way I've once known. But you are still the same Rosetta. Yeah, I think Ford is the only one whose eye color is not used anywhere else on his sprite. But her, anyway. Hard to believe it was only months ago that when we defended this city ourselves. This stall, this corpse, I used to always buy from it in the evenings for a quick bite. Only the weak-willed abandon their convictions at the first sign of conflict. Her judgment is none of my concern. Rosetta, you should have told me you were coming. I would have prepared a warmer welcome. Well done, Ellery. It did not occur to me for a second your hatred for me could run so deep. I would never wish you harm. I will demolish all that you stood for, crush your hopes and ambitions, but I won't harm my dear cousin. Is that really all you saw in me? All that our bond was worth? I only wanted you to live. I know that. I extend you the same grace. At the cost of your own countrymen and the people of the Crescent, you've gotten your revenge. Do you feel no guilt bringing war to these shores? The words of one outsider alone cannot bring about an invasion. I did no more than stir up existing cruel ambitions held by House Heron. Trying to draw some equivalence between us means nothing. The princess would be disgusted by the lows you've sunk to. Would she? Or would she respect my commitment to her cause? Embittered by the world which had rejected her goodwill. You lost the right to judge when you betrayed our cause. She was a dreamer, Ellery. You must have known her ambitions were doomed by lack of support. Love blinded you to the obvious, that it was path of inevitable ruin. Better an attempt at change, rather than continue down the path of decline. Admit it, it was never about the practicalities. It was never about me. You just wanted the easy way out, whatever benefited you most. You think I did not have to suffer through countless sleepless nights? Her reflection stalking me in the dark? She meant equally as much to me. Your actions would prove otherwise. Guilt is no defense for treachery. My decision had no effect on the inevitable. I had my duties to follow. If there's any way I could have saved her, I would have done so. That might be what you say to keep the shades at bay, but I don't need to hear it. Then take your revenge, Ellery. Strike me down. I don't need your twisted mercy. But you'll get it all the same. It's what you did for me, dear cousin. Truly believed I would find a different person than what you'd become. Then you don't understand me enough. I want you to live with the knowledge that you brought to the Herons nothing but ruin. Your name shall be reviled equally on the Crescent and on the mainland. The last of the Herons whose arrogance condemned a dynasty lasting generations. I have the Crescent, the land of exiles, to flee to. You'll have no such luck. Between the king and the great houses, who will first smell the blood in the water? Perhaps you could beg to marry some fourth-born son for a scrap of land. A tragic fate for the hope of the Herons. I know what you're trying to do. You want to break my spirit, have me fall on my sword, bypassing your perverted form of mercy. Don't overestimate your own importance. You're one stepping stone on my journey. It matters little if you live or die, with House Heron as obliterated as it is. Then let me live, or prove yourself to be an vow breaker. Then live, Rosetta. You'll live to witness how I shall take all of House Heron's lands, trample the mainland underfoot, and see the princess's name be given her rightful place. You're nothing like her. You'll set yourself alight with the fires you start, Ellery. Perhaps I will, perhaps I won't, but it'll be one spectacular bonfire. Is that what you would have wanted, Princess? To see Ellery wage war on your behalf? To forget all those principles you fought for? To conquer in the name of conquest itself? I guess like this, he just uses less words. This punishment is what I deserve. The adventurer's words come to mind. How could I possibly justify the conquest under such flimsy pretenses? Is what's under the facade nothing more than an opportunist and a powermonger who dressed up all her desires with a self-deceiving excuse of moral necessity? You let her go, Chief? After all that? House Heron's army, she's nothing more than another powerless noblewoman. As were you before you conquered the Crescent. You can't possibly believe that. Fine, I admit my weakness. I thought rage had hardened my resolve, but even then, I was unable to personally order her death. For years, she'd been my only companion. You yourself recounted to me how she betrayed your trust and broke those ties. Chief, it's not like you to abandon advantage to the soft-heartedness. You've grown more of a backbone to put me so directly. That is good to see. However, my decision as chief is final. Forgive my impertinence, but this victory was brought about by the whole Crescent. It does their efforts, their sacrifice, a disservice to let our greatest foe live. But I was the one who made this victory possible. Does that not make me the one with the most say? I suppose so, but even then, the interests of the Crescent are being put at risk. Chief, I can take a ship and go after her. You wouldn't have to do it your own hand. Couldn't you have those closest to you would betray your cause? Can you say without a doubt you'd cut them down? Yes, I would. If that's what my position demanded of me. You might make a finer ruler than me one day. For now, you're still my assistant. Do not overstep your bounds. Understood, Chief. I'm sorry. Don't be. Your frustrations were perfectly valid, but allow me this selfishness.
There we go, and it looks like Epilogue Taste of Victory. I feel like I could maybe be like a sort of, he'd do whatever it takes to achieve victory, but he would normally, but I feel like he would still find himself fighting for a decent cause, I think. He would just do whatever it takes to win, I guess.
Change the direction of our history. No more are we the puppets of nobles over the oceans, resources to be exploited. We were at least free to dictate, we are last free to dictate our fate, but I am deeply regretful that our victory came at such a cost. So I beseech you, please give assistance to the unfortunate victims of this war. We do not anticipate these monsters escaping our control, or that Yalunzan might pay the price for it. We must bring back security to these lands and rebuild it even greater than before. That's not true, right? Then you never be caught by such an amateurish mistake. Indeed, explaining it as a mistake is easier than the alternative. Use your automatons for war goes against everything you told me. Did Elby push you into this? Elby did not force me. It was my decision alone. Was it really? If she sets up all the circumstances for the decision and pressured you one way, is that really your decision? How could it not be my decision when its weight haunted me in my mind for so long? I didn't mean to sound accusatory, Lynn. I just wanted to know what was going on. It's just what needed to be done. Nothing more than that. I worry for you, man. Even if you thought it best, I don't want you to take the fall. You worry far too much, Palm. This should be time for you to relax. The war is over. If there's anything you need to get off your chest, you know you'll always have my ear. Of course, I'm glad to have you. Oh, we're different. He cared not for the consequences, only himself. I did only what I had to. We're different. We have to be different. Mince, you've returned. Why wouldn't I be? You read my last letter, right? There's a difference between assurance on paper and in person. Besides, I was worried that given is something about it. As a friend, I can only trust you did what you needed to do. I needed to hear that, and I trust that your adventures have been a great success. Like you wouldn't believe. How about we talk over lunch? I've got quite the tale to tell. Responsibility still calls during the middle of the day, unfortunately. How about over dinner instead? I'll make the best stew you've ever tasted when you get back. That gives me a lot to look forward to. I'll see you soon. I have said something about Maurice, but it causes problems with the quartermaster. Maybe it's better for Evan to not know. Bask in glory. Okay. Yeah, back in... Yeah, Mark definitely just gets a lot more recruitments by talking to people than a lot of the other lords do. And that definitely just does help paint him as a very charismatic figure that he comes across of in like all future games, and also Shadow Dragon to an extent. So, well, we did it. Oh, whoops, I accidentally skipped dialogue. Hold on, let me just, nah. She possibly said, right? Whatever, we'll just see it. Doesn't matter. It's like... We just skip for like a second. Right, see? Going on his crew returning, it's a good idea to catch up on things. God Captain, Potato, and Chops can wait for whatever I'm ready. Oh, it's, does it to other lords, and that's impressive. Yeah. Because they're all very charismatic. It's like, it's like, oh, we see who's the most. Who the hell are you? You've been showing up all the time. Well, you know, we're supposed to bask in our glory, but this doesn't exactly sound triumphant, huh? Let's talk to everyone. I find Jurgen's third theorem of mana conversion to be fundamentally flawed. What use is focusing on semantics when its applications are mostly sound? If it is to be an underlying law, I believe that its applications must be universal, rather than just mostly universal. Pendants like you suck joy out of everything, of magic. Fascinating, my good friends. You touch upon some concepts even I have little familiarity with, but I do see the overall picture. I was during that discussion which I realized that it is not just the second theorem which is put in question, but all... I thought I was an expert in pain, and I cannot even describe the pain you've caused me by blathering on for so long. Upon further consideration, perhaps we are due to retire for the day. It will be a pleasure to continue this discussion at a different time. You claim to have no memories before your creation, yes? Yet your grasp upon theoretical magics is beyond even archsages. It is quite curious how you possess such a body of knowledge. It is quite curious indeed. I am unsatisfied by the conjecture of inherited memories. It is my objective to discover a refined explanation, as I am free from responsibility. What use is there in pursuing reason for what it is when it is? Would you question why the sun rises in the sky? It is indeed a question which great thinkers have sought to uncover. It is positively wasteful for minds like yours to be put to mind of the chief's henchmen. Come join my research at the...
Burgeoning library. I can pay more than she does. Find this agreeable. What is your input, my compatriot? I'd rather crush our skull between our hands. I have reason to believe that signified disagreement. I shall have a room prepared for you if you ever reconsider. And I like, what the hell? I'm only in my 20s. I'm handsome and intelligent. I'm strong and healthy. I can turn my life around. I can make choices for myself. Imagine turning to the other side at the very end of a war. Hello, Kaiser. What's going on here? I can find my destiny. By Elsa's name, who am I kidding? You're fun, friend. 16, you weren't at Uncle Spice's funeral. I don't care for those false faces and needless But it was... I missed her. It was Uncle's funeral. How could you miss it for such a minor reason? It's pointless tradition. Whatever emotion I need to express, I'll do it alone. Now that Uncle's no more, it's up to me to look after you. Why? What do you mean why? Because we're family. He summoned a clone of himself to boost his self-esteem. Oh right, I forgot he's a summoner. That makes sense. Nothing has caused me more pain than family. I don't need you. You don't need me either. It's not about me, it's about looking out for each other. You can't keep this up. What's that to you? You don't really know me. I said so as much last time. I'm just a creature in need of charity, responsibility to be taken care of, left to you by the uncle you revere. That's absolutely not what I mean. I just want to... I don't want to help because of me, but because of this illusory obligation. I care nothing for the John clan, nothing for your help. I am who I am. I think I've started off on the wrong foot. Let's talk again tomorrow. But it's Pomelo, not John 14. I don't understand you. Why again? I think we can better understand each other. Give me another chance. Do you agree? Fine. Tomorrow. I shouldn't have pushed so hard. Look at what kind of life she had to experience before this. I can still get this right. What are you doing? Chosen One. I thought we were over this whole Chosen One thing like a year back. I am here to show... Searching. Found 17 matching results. Gratitude. I am here to show gratitude. For what? For not knowing how to swing a sword? If you accepted your purpose, I would have continued to deprecate the procedures. You opened the window of opportunity for me to establish new directives. I have significantly expanded my database and available procedures. Was that my cousin's daughter's birthday party earlier? We asked her. It was going to be next, so the day after Colorado. That's wonderful and I'm happy for you. But why cooking out of everything? Much like murder, it can be done as a chore to fulfill the bare minimum. Much like murder, at its highest level, it is an art form with no upper limit. I assume you lack the sense of taste, being a shiny metal device. Taste is merely a minor facet which can be calculated using external factors. I'll take your word for it. Does this mean you can give me a discount next time? Proposal considered and rejected. That's as much as as I deserve out of unearned gratitude. Recalculating. I should have taken a leave of absence for illness. Then I could have been paid for doing nothing these past few months. And let the chief skin you alive? She's already onto your nonsense. Might slip through the cracks with how busy she's been. Tom, you look like you've slept through a sandstorm. It's been a rough couple of days. You can certainly say that again. Talk to the corpses. It seemed like a great conversation partners, to be honest. It's working overtime and push out our own monsters as well as invaders. Good listeners, though. I thought they were great. Nothing like a multi-sided battle with big monsters to really up the stakes. The world was destroyed by a meteor, you'd say adds to the excitement. Even when invading a nod, we avoided collateral damage. It's just difficult to feel great about this victory. Can't say I feel great about it either, but it's not exactly our problem. You guys, I don't know, feel some kind of responsibility for this? Yulins are a thriving city just days ago, and now we're just rank and file. Granted, elite rank and file. Not much we can do but follow the gold. When the Reaper comes knocking, we have no need to answer the call. Chief in Lindros will, though. Well, your man's probably fine. He wasn't calling the shot. That's a little comfort. I've always lived by this principle, that there's no use worrying about something you can't fix. Not protagonist until you loot a corpse. You don't worry about things you can fix either. True, but not relevant. There's a little purpose to this dreary talk. I should go help with evacuation efforts. With how tired you look? Can't sleep well these past few nights. Better for me to get something done. This is not particularly my area, but I might as well help you out. Last thing I want to do is volunteer for more work. Fine, I'm in. Thanks, everyone. Let's go. Welcome back, Dune. I assume your services to the Crescent have been exemplary. It is always a pleasure to fight for strangers I care nothing for. I'm pleased to see Day has not fallen in my absence. That's probably why I held the job. It was necessary for one of Day's best to supervise the danger of the Queen Tide. I'm certain it was. Alright, report to the guard captain. She'll get you updated on current matters. Oh, there's someone bad at hiding one's bitterness from one's superiors. Definitely an issue lying in wait, but it will require a deft hand to disarm. Still training, Gecko? There should be a time for relaxation. It's just a little more. I have to be better so I can be of more use to you. Be more of use to me? You've already clashing swords with the best of them. I know you favored me even when I had little to contribute. Just a little girl compared to the other hardened fighters. You saw potential in me. That's why it's not enough for me to be good, but to be better. I didn't realize I inadvertently put so much pressure on you. I can't simply detect potential. Then why have any interest in me at all? I was just Gecko. I saw too much of myself in you. We were both marked by the stigma of our birth, both rejected by the people around us, both sought escape from horrid origins, both lost an eye to an evil, satanic chicken. I had Rosetta at least, but you had no one. I wanted to be someone that could be there, just as my child self needed someone. That's all there is to it. Then all this effort I put in. All I did to convince myself. Did I have any talent for the blade at all? Talent means nothing anymore, seeing how far you've come. What's there to worry about? You're right. I've come this far. Don't feel the need to push yourself so hard. Go talk to Krinya. I'm sure she wants to see you. Alright, Chief. If you don't understand, I abhor violence, hated killing, but I pushed through for you, because you must have seen something in me. And now you tell me I've set myself on this path for an idea that was all in my head? Don't worry, Gecko, I saw something in you. That's why I gave you the age wine. You can't see right now, but you know I did. See? And look at the results. They speak for themselves. Uncle, it's been so long. I didn't think I ever properly thanked you for protecting me. Don't worry about it. It wasn't just selfless. What is there to gain from throwing yourself into danger against a sect nonetheless? It wasn't just about you, it was about me too. Mother and sister always saw me as the black sheep. I relished a chance to prove them wrong. I don't really care about any of that. You got me out alive from that ambush. You're the best uncle I could ever have. I don't know how I could ever repay you. Believe it or not, you already are repaying me. Really? Haven't done anything. When I was at the tavern the other day, a few blokes went, "Hey, isn't that Krinya's uncle?" and actually bought me drinks. Well, it's just a few drinks. It's not just the drinks. People look at me totally differently. I'm no longer just that drunk guy. I'm the uncle to the newest big shot in town. It's pretty great. And no idea is so well known these days. I've just been helping out the chief where I can. If any of the fame goes to your head, well, you're a dragon. I guess it's fine. Thanks for the advice, Uncle. Though maybe I can put it through with the chief to get you somewhere you want? Don't worry about it. I have a good work-to-pay ratio. There is something you can help me with. I'm more than happy to. So old Bob has been cutting me off, even when I can close my tab. Even with you there, I think I can make a more convincing argument. Sure. Still rescue them, it's funny. Oh, I got so many people to talk to. And that's how we killed a god. You killed a god? I can't imagine doing something like that. He's obviously making up stuff to try and impress you. I have chosen a less obvious exaggeration. She totally was a god, turned into a dragon and everything. Doesn't mean I'm a god. Let me finish. She was something like 1,000,000 clones of herself. I'm sure there's some niche lost magic out there that could do that. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You can explain it better. If she says she's a god, has powers like a god, and all the monsters stopped after she died, that's basically a god? I believe you. Waylon wouldn't make something up like that. A little wounded at the implication, I would. But see? Ultra rare occasion. Waylon backing me up. I'm not backing you up, I'm acknowledging the facts. Fine, I guess that makes sense. Anyways, we're basically god slayers. Cool stuff, right? Just won a war for the freedom of the Crescent. People win wars all the time. People don't kill gods all the time. But using your definition, then people clearly kill gods all the time too. I'm feeling a little victimized. I suspect you're just envious of my skill with the lance. Lance wielders and their stick measuring contests. Let's let these two dish it out. Okay. Hey, don't leave me with this doll. At least I'm not a zombie lizard. Not dignifying that with an answer. Oh boy. Well, a week, killing a guard is hard work. I'd be happy to get some downtime for the next job. Wait, you seem to have forgotten something. What? Our discussion last time doesn't matter because the Shearwaters are disbanding. Oh yeah, that did happen. Hook him, Grinya. Damn, who knew killing a god would be so bad for the job market? Yeah, I guess if you killed all the monsters, you don't... No, you don't need people to kill monsters anymore. I'm all for spending our hard-earned savings and enjoying ourselves. Let's figure out a plan first. That's easy, there's always being a mercenary, basically the same. Besides, the girls love a strapping young mercenary. No, they don't. Mercenaries weak of instability and irresponsibility. You just don't get it. What's more, not exactly a lucrative role with all the other adventurers in it. No treasure to steal or tombs to loot. Better idea you have. Made a pretty big haul the past years. We could invest that gold into land in Day, especially since it's the biggest settlement now and lots of people are coming in. We could hire enough people to run the place, maybe even coast off rental income. Become a leech on society? No, that's not what I said. It kinda sounds like it. I still think being a mercenary is more reliable. Do you know anything about buying land and running stores? No, but no one is born with the knowledge, and I'm sure it can't be that hard. It seems wild that you want to take on another career that risk your life so soon. I'm not risking my life if I don't die. Brother. Ellery, have you seen the Archsage around? No, and I don't imagine she's quite in the talkative, tingy mood. Incredible observation, my good perceptive chieftain. I've workshopped 10 different ways to try and explain myself, and all of them seem worthless. It sounds like an uphill battle. You have my best wishes. I'm going to need all your best wishes to get through this. Look when we got to the final battle, and like half our companions are like, fuck you. That's what it feels like anyway. Oh right, you Hagendire. And then she says, I thought you knew how to read, Hagendire. Up below me. Blamed for the misfaults of my incompetent underlings. It's a wonder the people of Day haven't thrown her into a pit. I concur. I thought you were some commoner brute, much like Ellery, but you're above the minimum. I've heard enough of you to understand that as a compliment. You're really going to keep working under that menace of a woman? If she treated me like she does you, I'd break her neck with my bare hands. Undoubtedly, I was filled with boiling rage, my ancestors calling for retribution. I've since achieved an understanding that has allowed me to shed my anger. And how did you do that exactly? She is forced to employ me due to my skills, yet she fears and detests me because I am something she can never be, a true noble. As one of pure blood and superior breathing, it is beneath me to respond to her envy. I think it is worth expressing those thoughts to her, as it might help Ellery reflect on her actions. Do you really think so? A truly noble man aims to better everyone around him, even someone who slights him. Very well, I shall do that on the morrow. Now that's a good man. Don't forget to give me a call when you do. I need to be there. She's gonna get this man killed. I'm almost upset Eloise's doing so well. We're under her for the foreseeable future, but the triumphant return draws closer. Whatever return it might be, it shall not be triumphant. There is no joy upon your face, Lord Zio. Are you not eager to avenge the princess? I am not. The object of my affection is dead. Another war means nothing to me. You've already sacrificed so much for this cause. How are you still hesitant? The cause died with the princess. I cannot give it my everything for a mere imitation. Then you intend to stay on the Crescent? To abandon the princess's cause? I fought only for one, no other. If you were any other man, I'd smite you where you stand for this spinelessness. Then do it. I will not, because you've already proven yourself to me. Nonetheless, it pains me to see a good man driven to total inaction because of mere melancholy. Mere melancholy? How can mere melancholy begin to describe anything? I cannot understand your aims, but I pray for your good fortune. Goodbye. We will likely never cross paths again. I might be jubilant at this mere illusion of victory, when they will all be swept away like dust in the wind. Zio, my miserable friend, looking as sad as ever. I'm glad to see a grin on your face, though you seem to be always grinning. I have no desire to remain in the employ of a red-haired warmonger. I've decided that tragic hero which you wrote, I'm going to bring it to life. It is merely words on paper. How can one simply become a hero? With ease, Zio. I may lack memories, but there is a whole world out there for me to make memories in. It is time for me to carve out my legend, corresponding to the hero you wrote. I am glad to hear that you've found your calling, yet I still waste away. If you can't find your calling, then I am finding it for you. You, my friend, are coming with me. Huh? I've been studying the adventures of Master Roswick for inspiration, and I found what was essential was his scribe that wrote down everything for him. Me, a scribe? But I've written nothing but empty poems. You can write. Yes, but then what's the matter? Adventure awaits! I do appreciate the McAllis vibes. Yeah, a little bit. That's what I'm getting from her. Definitely got the McAllis levels of ambition. No, it's not just that. You're asking me to leave behind. Perhaps I don't have much to leave behind anymore, but still. Are you content with living under Eloise's banner? Fighting for a cause you no longer believe in? Well, no, I suppose. Then what are you waiting for? I don't actually have a good reason, except for the inherent ease of doing nothing. There you have it, pal. It's time for our legend to begin. Pelugo and Zio. Has a ring to it. And shall we depart? Wait now. Adventure awaits. But adventure awaits. Get some soldiers stationed over here. Sure. They said I'd be lucky to live past my 30th year. I've outlived them all. Azure, Grass Gecko, Cherise, I had so many students. So much promise. Oh. Maybe I should have had you fight some of them. Now they all lie in shallow graves, but I live. And will live for decades more. I am truly blessed with longevity. I feel like there's... Hope you don't lose 90% of your units. It's looking like it at this point. I feel like there's a lot of secrets in this game that I just did not uncover. Will I one day outlive my children too? And my granddaughter? Should I have come to the Crescent in search for gold and glory at all? Well, that gold and glory brought me no security for me or my family. Ah, you're a sentimental old fool to be thinking these useless thoughts. Haven't missed anyone. Alright, who's next? Good old Tassel. How do you walk confidently through these streets, seeing the destruction you caused? How do you sleep soundly at night, knowing how many shall never sleep again due to you? I may be unable to repay my debts, but how can you repay your debts to the world? What in else's name did he get the courage to stand up to me? I was so baffled I didn't even get the chance to skewer him. Whipjack, old friend, I have a business proposal that could benefit the both of us. Old friend? We've spoken like 2 words to each other.
It was you insulting me! Let bygones be bygones. Between each of the chief's battles, I see you have plenty of downtime. This is why I'm offering you additional employment under my new guild. What makes you think I want to work under you, and you've done is put me down? It'd be a better boss than Ellery. That's your terms. He was a handy contract. This system is weird, so you don't pay, and you don't direct the work. It's the clients that you send my way that pays me. That doesn't seem reliable. You can actually read? Why did you hand me a contract if you think I couldn't? Wait, hold on. I pay you for sourcing the job, and you get a cut from the client's payment to me? Why shouldn't I talk to the client myself? Tracking clients is a valued skill. How easy is it for you to get clients? I still don't trust this. I'm not binding you or anything. You take whatever jobs I give you notice for at your leisure, while remaining on Ellery's employ. Fine, I'll give it a try. Signed it. Good. We'll have our first guild meeting in a week, when we actually have members. Wait, you're still in the idea stage? There's nothing to back this up. Have to start somewhere, and that happens to be you. I feel like I've been scammed, but I also didn't pay anything. I'll let you know when the ball gets rolling. Almost had a stumbling block, but we got him. Didn't notice the extra terms on the back. Only Whipjack could be a trained killer at such a cheap price. Once things get going, I can't wait to make go out the jobs I don't have time to take myself. Poor Keelan. Once an exalted prodigy, seen once in 1,000 years, doomed to waste away, trapped in this pitiful realm, and to be slain ignominiously by mere mortals. I am content to enjoy the thousands of years I have remaining of my life, for it is thousands more than a mortal. That is good enough for me. The age is as if Jared actually locked in. Well, maybe we'll get to talk to him. I haven't seen him, though. But it was never good enough for you. That is why you would rather seek an extravagant death than die quietly. In the end, you died quietly all the same. Poor Keith. It's great to see you outdoors. Finally out for some fresh air. This relationship is strictly professional. I see no need to include idle chatter. What the hell's his name, Heller? And you can't possibly be that turn. I see no reason to engage in activities unrelated to my established duties. I'm seeing why your relationship with the nobles was strained, and it might not be because of your status as a commoner. I have no interest in your idle speculations. You're just going to stand there until I leave? Alright then. I forgot you were unit, I'm sorry. Chief, I forgot to ask again. No. I had your tacit approval when I began my work. I was under the impression you would write a reasonable account of our travels, not fill your pages with slanderous garbage. Whatever Oriana did to you, I won't stand for this frankly abhorrent depiction of her. I may have taken some liberties, but the majority stick closely to the facts. A significant concerning issue in the little novel is speculations about my sex life. Look, it's all part of the act. Besides, who else can you get to spread your name around? Keelan? That's right, she disappeared. What's your words, Foxberry? You're already lucky all you got was a week of docked pay. You are silencing creative freedom. Stick to map-making, cartographer. Writing is a little too dangerous for you. Who does she think she is? The soon-to-be ruler of the Crescent, I suppose. But still. Well, if it's a biography, Jared. Talon, it's been a while. Seems that you're doing well. This felt like forever since we could relax and talk. You were very busy doing your dueling thing, and then the tide. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to neglect you. I made no accusation of the sort. I too have had my hands full. It's just how things are. It's been a rough 2 months. With the sheer waters disbanding and the tide gone, we'll have plenty of time soon. Now that your journey of self-improvement is finished, where does your next journey take you? Just home. All the strength I've cultivated means nothing if I cannot find a meaningful way to use it. You hated being reminded of the family name, but you're going right back to fight for it? I can't reject who I am. My sister needs me in the days to come, and I must support her. I'm surprised that once you've tasted freedom, you'd be so willing to go back. I thought little of home when I began this journey, but now it beckons. What shall you do once you return to Erenday? Open the new healing practice? I don't plan to return to Erenday. I'm setting out for the mainland. What? Really? You never said anything about this to me. We haven't talked in a while, remember? But why the mainland? In this journey of 2 years, I've witnessed the complete inadequacy of the sect, the rise and fall of warlords, partook personally in the slaying of a false deity. How can I return to Erenday as a simple healer when my horizons have so expanded? We were together for so long. Thought we were going to return to Erenday together. I thought so too, but plans and people change. My ship departs tomorrow. I wanted to say my farewells. I'm not ready for that on such short notice. I hope you travel safely. May Alice watch your every step, Talon. Stay well. She's gone. You couldn't say anything. Talon, you dirty coward. Time. I'm just here to inform you that all the land we stand on will be mine soon. Okay, what's your point? You said that our fratricide would never be rewarded, that Alice will punish us. Look at us now. I continue to grow my little empire while you stay a miserable layabout. This is the justice you've been clinging to. I tire your little games. What do you want from me, Thyme? You've proven your superiority. I despise you, brother. I despise your pretension of remorse. I despise the fact you play the victim when you are no less the perpetrator. I will watch you waste away until nothing. Did tasting the Crescent's cuisines allow you to forget just for a second? What other excitement can you seek out to escape the prison you made yourself? Why are you clenching your fist, brother? Do you intend to kill me, your birth sister, after having killed your adopted family? Don't think I won't do it, Thyme. What a joke coming from you. You spent the past few years doing nothing but moping and whining. Alice won't accept someone like you. I just saw her bothering you again. Same she left before I gave her a piece of my mind, mere or not. Mince, this time I'm going to do it. I have to. Do what? I'm going to kill her. Hey, I know you're shaking, but don't be too hasty here. I have to, Mince. It's the only way to end this cycle. I know you want her out of your life, but she's an expert mage killer and is followed by her henchmen. The last thing I want to see is you throwing your life away. Better that than live like this. You don't have to do this. There's more of the world than the Crescent and the mainland. The ghosts will chase me anywhere I go. I have to do this, Mince. I'm just glad for someone to confide in before I do. Basically, if you're truly determined to go down this road, I'll support you when need be. This is my fight, Mince. I won't drag you into this. What would the chief think of you attacking your ally? She's my friend, but you are too. I'm sure she'd understand. I'm endlessly grateful to have met someone like you, Mince. You're right, I was too hasty. I'll have to sleep on my boat. Drink some warm soup and get an early night, Basil. Don't be afraid to summon me if you need it. To go alone. I fulfilled more than our end of the deal, Chief Ellery. I believe it's only right I damn this boy. Of course, you are one of my most trusted ally. I want Yelunzar, what's left of it. Even if we did topple the guild, Yelunzar belongs to none but its inhabitants. You don't have to repeat these honeyed lies in front of me. I ask for jurisdiction. Mere Thyme, you ask for much. I ask for only what I believe I deserve. You may have experienced wandering Sundown Bay, but the whole of Yelunzar too? A starving camel is bigger than a horse. Even with much of the city destroyed, it will be quite a handful to govern. If I drop the mask of them, that means nothing to me because I care nothing for this city and its people. I care for the witches that lie within. That's not a convincing case for why I should agree to this. Alright, let's pretend you do care about how these people end up. Your town is half the Crescent away. You will soon have your hands full trying to eat the Iron Realm. Do you really want another potential issue to deal with? Surely you wouldn't trust the High Priestess who can spread her lie. Make a valid point, Mayor Thyme. I shall let you take jurisdiction of Yelunzar, but only on the condition that we be given 2 months to clean up the situation first. Rather sporting of you. I can wait. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some plans to make. You'll be dead before the year's end anyway. We've witnessed the death of a god and helped save the Crescent, but neither of us are any closer to our original goal. I am. You are? Yes, my understanding of how to be the best has improved. If a god does not know, no one knows how to be the best. And that helps because no one knows and no one is closer to being the best. I can still be the best. I'm glad I didn't drag you with me on that journey for nothing then. Where will you go from here, Yosef? I must do lots of thinking. I will understand what it means to be the best with thinking. That sounds great. I'm planning to leave the Crescent. If even this god was not the answer to my destiny, then the answer must lie on other continents, even if that means leaving my home behind. You are going far away? I don't know how far, but yeah, pretty far away, I assume. Hope you will not be so far away eventually. I do too, big fella. Last person to talk to. Guard. I promised I'd bury all of Irondale's foes. The past 2 days, I've buried so many more than just Irondale's foes. I assumed you were too stoic to flinch at any form of death. I assumed the same before today, Chief. I did not forget how we once protected this city and its people, even if their leaders were our foes. Was there really no better way than having to use those things? Yes, I needed to hear that. I never thought I'd wish to assist Lunzar from the bottom of my heart. It's everyone. As long as I've lived, I've known Lunzar to be the Crescent's shining beacon. It is difficult to reconcile that memory with reality, but the city is no more. I've seen many settlements come and go in this harsh land, but nothing close to one of Lunzar's size. Growing up in Irondale, my sentiments of the guild were undoubtedly tainted, but I would have never wished such destruction upon the city. There is no use bemoaning a state of being. Something must be done. There is more we could do than simply clearing out Lindros' remaining monsters. We can assist in relocating survivors to a place for a new home, such as the Bay. That is not what I mean. The weeds must be burned at the roots. Howard, you can't possibly be suggesting. Can I not? It is not our duty as adventurers to protect the people of the Crescent, even if it's from overambitious chieftains. Elan's words hold a measure of truth. We cannot treat the human conflicts of the Crescent as beneath our notice. Okay, none of these come close as bad as like this. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Howard, this is an extreme reaction. You pass judgment on the sect for their misdeeds. Here, we see death and destruction easily 10 times the size. But we do not refer to mere renegades overtaken by zeal and cowardice. This is Ellery, chieftain of Irondale, our ally. Are your principles so frail that they immediately collapses against a personal connection? I consider her a valued companion. Despite the rocky relationship, she's aided us often. That should not outweigh the need to do what is right. Tower, are you sure you're not being blinded by your own bias? That Ellery seems to enjoy her alliance with these Lightwalkers? That she has no love for the sect, given her experiences? That is irrelevant to the core issue. That Ellery cannot be trusted with sovereignty over the Crescent. You yourself told me about how Ellery called upon the invaders. We don't know for sure if that wasn't just deception meant to divide us. Why would the lady of a house need to fool some common adventurers? It fits far too well with her methods, which we've seen time and time again. Exploiting a common enemy to consolidate her own power. You should be well aware of the lengths she is willing to go for her own ambitions. You see the consequences of that before your very eyes. Even so, this is the first time the Crescent has had any hope of unity in decades. You suggest we ruin that shot at peace. The peace brought about by the blood of Lunzar's citizens? What use is unity when it is in the grasp of a despot? Ellery has made no secret of bitterness towards the mainland. There is no doubt in my mind that she desires further conflict, and when she does, it'll be the blood of the Crescent fueling it. I am not ignorant of the fact that this will have harsh consequences, but inaction is far more damning. It might be peace through blood, but it would still be peace. Even if the Crescent was broken and united again, how can we know the next will be more hopeful? Are you truly so cynical that you believe the Crescent will never have a liberator who is less twisted than Ellery? I'd rather have a self-satisfied dictator, without the propensity to gamble the whole Crescent in their endless hunger. We danced around this, but I'm sure you have not forgotten Krinya. If we were to open conflict against Ellery, where would that put her? You know how much she looks up to Eloy and their stake in all this. I do not wish to be driven to this, but that this goes far beyond the happiness of one person, even if it's my granddaughter. Quenya can recover. The future of the Crescent cannot. Well, looks like we have a choice. I think we all know what the first option entails, and the second. So I'll just take a small break. While you guys think it over yourself. Alright, everyone. I think the choice I'm gonna make, because it sounds the most exciting, is... I understand it's a hard decision, that we will be sacrificing much. We don't know what kind of future this might bring about, but I have no doubt it is brighter than the alternative. We're just too adventurous, Tower. I don't know what you'd expect from us. We were just too adventurous when we slew a false god. What would Cain pick? I will need time to ruminate on this. This has been a hard day. We have time. I just hope you can come to the correct conclusion. At Endgame X, Waterfall.
This unassuming place, the Crescent. I will have nightmares at this place. But it will not break me. It won't let me in life be written off as a failure. It started with optimizing the shape of the automatons for labor, then to make them sturdy enough to withstand any tough collision. Then we thought it necessary to surpass Ulok's designs in power, just because we could. Best viewers! Oh boy, they're all gonna be here for the grand finale, maybe? Just kidding. Bam. This is how we inadvertently turned tools of peace into weapons of war. It was a perfectly valid consideration to have. It was no fault of your own they were taken advantage of in such a way. I should have known how these golems would be used in Alva's hands. I should have known how easily Lindros falls under the spell of his dear friends. Instead, I marched blindly, just because the road was there to be marched on. Because I was an archsage, and there was magic for me to apply my expertise. It's our responsibility to right the wrongs of others. I want to believe that too, but this is not some pang that will simply fade. Crushed corpses and decimated dwellings as far as an eye could see. Not even the green tide could cause the damage I saw firsthand. Could I possibly forget it, knowing I had a hand in facilitating it? I know this can't be an easy weight to bear, but there are surely better ways to go about fixing this. The words of that snake, Maurice, can't be trusted. I do not trust Maurice. I trust his motivations, that he wants Ellery dead more than anyone else. Would Ellery's death really solve everything? Why the focus on her and not Lindros? Because I'm well aware of her corrupt nature, but more importantly, because I want to believe in Lindros. I believe that bright young man with such hopes for the future couldn't possibly have chosen this on his own. Perhaps I am again deluding myself, but it is a willing delusion. You're really committed to this. I just don't want to see you put yourself in danger in yourself. I must correct my mistakes, or else I shall never sleep again. If your mind is made up, then all I can do is follow. Oh, and this is about me, not you. I wouldn't want you caught between your hometown and me. Did I not promise I'd prioritize you above all else? I know how much you love Day, and how much it hurt you if Day turned against you. But you also know that there is no world where I let you charge into danger alone. I know what I've chosen to do will hurt you, and for that I am deeply sorry. Nonsense. You've always shouldered my burdens. I wish to also shoulder yours, no matter what it might come. You know I hate gambling. What makes you think I would agree to this? It was a mere gamble now. Guarantee the inevitability of assimilation into Eloise' kingdom. Vague conjecture is inefficient to drive me into action, Maurice. There are many with grudges against Ellery willing to join my cause. Some names among them might seem familiar. Tower, Orin, Niris. You've got Orin into this too? Even Tower? Many of these participants are still nominally Ellery's allies. It will not be difficult to bypass Ellery's meager security. Especially as scattered as it is now with clearing the monsters. Let's go gambling. I hate to admit it, but you've caught me hook, line, and sinker. There may not be another chance to drop Ellery off her self-made throne. Is that agreement? I'll have to discuss this with Orin first, then I will give my answer. Brave heroes of the Crescent, it pleases me that you all gather here. This isn't about you and your petty schemes. This is about the future of the Crescent. I understand that I've long heard of your fame, Master Boswick. Yet we meet for the first time. Likewise, Tara, though I wish it was to share drinks and stories, not to discuss this new shadow that has fallen over the Crescent. I'll cut to the heart of the matter. Ellery cannot be allowed to rule. Time and time again she profits off the conflict she starts, even this war. But I remind you, she shall not be satisfied with just the Crescent. Her ambitions shall see her drag the Crescent into war with the mainland. For what she will do, and what she has already done, she must be stopped. Aye, even in the brief meeting I saw the fire in her eyes, separating her from the rabble. But little did I know that fire would only months later burn Yalunzar to the ground. She played our war with the guild to the detriment of all others. If our alliance had beaten the guild those months ago, all this would... Owen, Nerissa, you're both nominally in Ellery's employ. This will be their duty to sneak in my allies past Day's guards. Blades in the dark are not my strong suit. I'll see what I can do. I do not like abusing the goodwill of my countrymen, but if I must... Many warriors were felled on the joyous occasion,
while they were least cautious. I suspect Ellery is most vulnerable following her grandest victory yet. Once I found this suit... Hold on, this is my operation. You seem to be under the mistaken assumption that your words hold weight. You better listen to Tower, the man who brought Ellery to the Crescent. I trusted over some foreigner with no investment in the Crescent. We've all become deeply rooted in this land and call it home. You, however, only stir up conflicts to befit foreign masters. Even Ellery cares more for this land and its people than you do. Well spoken, Tower. We have not forgotten what havoc Maurice wreaked upon Irande. Not for a temporary alliance, I'd push this log through your skull. Looks like you've lost control of the situation. The people have spoken. It's ridiculous. I brought all of you together. Now you... Shut up and let a real man of the land do the talking. I will address one of his concerns. I am personally indebted to Ellery for her efforts in saving my granddaughter. But this is not about me. This is about the Crescent. She cannot be allowed to rule. I like that. For the Crescent, eh? We're not turning that into a rallying cry. This is an execution, nothing more. The humiliation acceptable, as long as I see Ellery dead. Oh, Yana, you didn't say a word. It's difficult to create much enthusiasm for treachery, Tower. But you understand that this is necessary. I do. I wish Ellery was some malevolent stranger, not the woman who wished me well before fighting the tide. I do not enjoy the prospect, but that is no shield for her misdeeds. I shall play my part when the time comes. No need to convince me. Though I didn't expect you to take charge like that, Tower. Maurice is known for letting others die for him while he sits in safely. I have no desire to lead, but I won't suffer poor leadership. But you're content to let Ellery take the lead for captaincy. For all her faults, Ellery always led from the front. I trusted her with captaincy, but not with the Crescent. Our target is within reach, with such a measly escort. This demagogue. This... Silence. Everyone move. I thought we were the only squad coming this way, huh? That's Tower... Wait, is that Maurice? Oh, Ellis. Maurice, the dog that fled with his tail between his legs and Irande's might? Why does he dare show his face here? It's a good question. They don't march towards us with friendly intent. I feared... Can't believe this is happening. Well, I can. I did consider it. But not so soon. Not so close to our victory. How can they be so quick to turn on me? If they really turn traitor, come 1 to 100, I will cut down everyone that approaches you. Chief, you have nothing to fear. Did we not have guards watching the perimeter? How could this such a force have slipped through? Thought they were all part of Oriyama's crew, or other friendly adventurers. They come through with our allies. I have no reason to suspect anything. I have no one to blame but myself for this carelessness. I pray you'll be enough, Guard Captain. Huh? What's gotten everyone so worried? We're going to die. Chief, you doomed us. We are? Isn't that our allies? Look, I see Chief Warren. You two better give every damn thing you've got. If they're here to kill me, they won't want witnesses. Bring peace. Prospect. Know a little bit of this man allegedly famous back in the day. Oh no, as he shall help us slay her. He's got the fire! Oh, what the hell? Perfectly average on the Crescent. They have a very interesting choice of hand here. They just casually have the ultimate light tome and another Bobby. Okay. You chops, potato, guard, elevate. Good gallon, big deal. Oh, call. Okay. Meat Man, who the hell are you? I remember buying some skews for him. He has lost everything. Fate fear. Even street vendors hold a grudge that cannot be resolved with anything except bloodshed. Salt Swarm, a Coromant, Frostfires, this dude, the Guild, Whole Call, Glade Gown. Yeah, we kind of made a lot of enemies, didn't we? It's just these 6, huh? Alright. Oh, we can move these guys, I guess. I'll just put out a commission. There's some of these people we haven't used on the pit. Yeah. Oh, I see someone. There's nothing more to say. Draw your weapon, Ellery. How very much like you. I have a whole emotional speech and everything. There's wisps. Oh gosh, Wisp is gonna be a pain in the ass to kill. I guess then we only have to kill Ellery, we're like... Two of these are like, basically useless. Well, I guess we can use a rapid injector. Maybe I should have outfitted them. I guess we could just try to kill everyone. Yeah, let's do this. Flame Sword's guy is gonna be actually pretty useful. Just get everyone damaged. I could just kill it right here, honestly. Jesus, fast. Bye, potato. Yeah, you die if it crits. I mean, that's a pretty good chance of critting. Master Waswick, it's me, the 11th seat! Hmm? Ah, yes, the one who never said anything. A little too much for Micaiah syndrome. Well, they're not really fighting for Ellery. I used to be too intimidated to ask questions. I just wanted to thank you for being such a good teacher.
I can't say it didn't delight me to hear that, but you seem to be on the wrong side of this conflict. Well, Wang seems a little uncharitable. I didn't teach you how to use your lamp to aid evil. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Sorry, Master, here I come. Them huge chops. Which is definitely going to be a problem. Maybe Hillary would just heal. That would be nice. Lewis said, just go back here. You're not... I mean, if you had a staff, I should have given you one. You would definitely be helping him a lot more, but like... Let the villagers kind of take the brunt of the force here, I guess. Yeah, she's gonna go and heal. Oh no, he's going for tower. Well... It's not game over. Alright, finally set. Yeah, this definitely doesn't take too long. But, alright, so let's properly outfit everyone, shall we? By properly outfit, I mean, not much, just like... Somebody probably has a brave sword you can take. It'd be easy to just kill Ellery, but I just want to kill everyone because I'm, you know... I'm just a completionist like that, you know? Sometimes being a completionist means you need to commit mass slaughter, you know? That's what Ellery has taught us. Alright. Maybe there isn't a brave sword, I'm making it up. Maybe I never bought one. Just get a better sword, right? Silver, I guess. What's your con? 10, huh? Yeah, just take the silver sword then. Here, take, Edict. Yeah, you can use it. And take, like... What's the siege tome with, like, the best, okay, bolting. Purge is, like... Should be bolting from the bolting! And like, wave and freeze. There we go. Now she can help. Yep, Hero Chops is gonna come in and just kill this guy. Oh good, he actually got a hit on Wisp. That's helpful. Yeah, I thought like if these two were gonna clash, it'd be like a lot more climactic, but I guess this makes sense too. The best person she has. Okay, the best chance he gets to hit of anyone is he who chops. Actually, it's Eloy, huh? Well, sure then. You were supposed to be a well-learned, scholarly woman. Yunde must have rubbed off on you to merely settle her grudge with violence. This is the only language you speak. Even if I'm not fluent, I shall endeavor to learn. You turn the tools of creation into destruction, stain my hands with blood. I'd respect you more if your anger was about the victims, but it seems you only care about your own conscience. I don't believe you know anything about a conscience. I weighed up the lives of my own people against the enemy. I am not guilt-free, but I did what I thought best. Such a decision should be condemned in any circumstance. I wonder if you'd think that if you had to bury Yunde's volunteers beneath the walls. I wonder if you'd care if it hadn't been your precious work. Enough of this. You can sling your accusations in the beyond. It's not the kill. Oh, but you have Miracle, right? And the problem is a lot of these people have characters of Miracle. Short axe. Why'd you turn against Yunde, Chief? After you worked so hard to protect her from the guild. You truly are the perfect soldier. I pity you. What? Goodbye, Mr. Hugh Chops. Glory to Yunde! I die in Yunde's name! Alright, Maurice, just hit this. Thank you. There, down goes Wisp. And all that's left is Potato, and Ellery. Actually, you can probably just take out Potato, right? No, you can't.
Oh shoot, she has the skill that buffs her crit rate when she's very low. Oh no. Surely this won't be a problem. Okay. What's the worst that could happen, right? She's probably just gonna... I knew you'd be trouble eventually, but you really got a head start on me. Still too long. A wait for me to see every Frostfire avenged. We could have come to a reasonable agreement. I had no reason to take Frosthaven away from you. I'd rather not live at the mercy of an egotistic despot. And the Crescent will agree with me. There's no Crescent in your consideration. Only possessing some tiny scrap of power. That is a fair condemnation if it was from anyone except you. God damn it. Check my breathing. Whatever, fine. NPCs can kill her, who cares? I've taken so many gambles, yet this is my undoing. Blades in the back as I admire the beauty of the Crescent. That's fine. He's only mostly dead, that's fine. Really going to die here, after everything I've survived. How unbelievable. I assumed I would eventually die in grand battle, not to knives in some remote corner. This is righteous retribution, for every life you've ruined on your grabs for power. Oyana Tower, I've always respected you, given all that we've been through together. May you entertain one last request from this dying woman? From an old friend? I will hear it. Kill Maurice. Your poison tongue can no longer do you any good, Ellery. The feud is finally at an end. Were you not a man of honor? I made no promise that needed to be honored. Thank you. I don't think I could rest if that mongrel outlived me. Oyana, you saved me. You brought me to the Crescent. It would be poetic if you finished the deed yourself. I won't forget what you've done for Krinia, for us. May Alice forgive my betrayal. You're only being true to yourself. At least make it as quick as possible. Dune! She's been watching the entire time, doing nothing! No doubt, the whole Crescent will know, and here we hope we might have no witnesses. There is no chance an assassination of this scale could have possibly gone undetected. Regardless, the figure who casts the shadow of the Crescent has truly fallen. Captain Oriana, Tower, your heroes the Crescent. Frosthaven will welcome you. I will decline your offer. I have little interest in contributing to your petty ambitions. We are leaving the Crescent immediately. I wonder if you'll survive the turmoil. Should we not at least go to Krinia before we leave? What will you say to her? We just slew your idol and sabotaged your future? But surely, we can't just simply disappear from our life. Our own hides are about to be tanned by the full force of Ellery's allies. We'd only be dragging her into more danger. Orn, Archsage, surely you plan to wrestle Iriday away from Dune. If she desires the position so much, she can have it. Are you willing to let all of your hard work be claimed by vultures? It was always our decision to leave. There's little more to gain from a town which has decidedly chosen another. We owe Iriday nothing more. A word of warning from a friend. It is not too late to leave a sinking ship, even if you built it yourself. I kind of already died in this map, so, you know, yeah. I can only wish you two safety in your travels. I can't possibly abandon all I've worked for. What shall become of Frosthaven? Shall Ellery's allies devour each other with her death? Or have I sped up our demise? I made my bed, now I must lie in it. You're supposed to come to dinner, Ellery. Made such a good stew. I had so much to tell you. Would things be different if I had told her about Maurice? Was it my neglect that caused this? Stay back, Lynn. This looks bad. Ellery's yet to even be buried, and they're already stirring up a mess? Is this true? This can't be. I don't want to believe it, but they already fled from the Crescent. They killed Ellery for what I did? Would they do such a thing? Mother and Ellery were always on good terms, right?
I know grandfather was disgruntled, but... With senseless tragedy, our heroic chieftain, struck down by turncoats and conspirators while protecting the Crescent from harm. These villains include our very own Owen and Nerissa, who are undoubtedly taken by envy. There is also Inari from Frosthaven, who we all know to be a foe from the last war. But even more tragically, the chieftain was betrayed by 2 of her own companions. The famed Tower and Oriana, whose daughter is perfectly placed to exploit Ellery's trust. Are you suggesting I had a hand in this? Ellery's always treated me so well. Why would I have reason to see her dead? I like how there's always a chicken in the cutscenes. Always. The guilty are quick to claim lack of motive, but this is as clear as day. Everyone knows you are the chief's chosen successor. While Quenya was Ellery's favored, she was not in a position to seize power without her. You, on the other hand, seem to be taking significant advantage of Ellery's passing. Would you trust the words of a man whose incompetence caused Yalunzar's massacre, the aftermath of which is what put the chief in danger this week's of conspiracy? Don't you slander my man like that! You were at the tide, you know nothing about this! All I see is that you intended to use us as scapegoats for your own ambition. Preach all you want, but leave Quenya out of this. She is nothing but a victim. Thank you all for having my back, everyone. Do not listen to their words. They are foreign to Erenday. They are not our people. How can you say that after what we've done for Erenday? My mother was born here, you helmeted freak. Erenday, will we let these injustices stand? Can we let these turncoats go unpunished? Is it me you want, Dune? Then you can have me in all my glory. You love your traditions, don't you, Erenday old blood? How about the oldest tradition of all? We settle this in blood. People of Erenday, we must stand together against this monster. Glory to Erenday! I'm not seeing enthusiasm for the call to action. Let's see how old your blood really is. Is there anyone else who wishes to challenge my legitimacy? Anyone? Please speak up. The chief always told me to be open to the words of the people. Well, then I can only assume the matter is settled. Grandfather, why? Why did you have to do this? Why did you kill her? Why did you put me into this position?
It's only really hitting me now that I can never return home. That place which raised me, which made me who I am.
I was not born of Erenday, yet I feel a similar ache. So many years of effort. I wanted to turn that time into something great. I forced you into this decision. I do not regret anything, Nerissa, because we are together. Even now that we've cut off our roots, and are adrift with no destination in mind, the world is a vast place, and we're lucky enough to be 2 people with skills that let us prosper where we please. I am an art sage, after all, and you'll make a good woodcutter.
Of course! Maybe even a card pillar on a good day.
I have no particular direction in mind, the only limiting factor being a place we can reach before our food runs out.
How about, I don't know, the Wasteland City-States? I hear they have the finest baked chicken in the world.
That's such a terrible reason. Let's go there. Years later. Really? Poisoning the water? Who put you up to this task?
I have nothing to say to you, Dragon Fiend. Long live the coastal collision.
I suppose that answers that. You can join all your friends in the ash box. I need to remember to do this outside. There's a mess all over the floor.
It was pure luck that I was passing by the kitchen when he decided to act.
The Coastal Coalition already died with a whimper years ago, dragging on the name of a corpse. How fitting. These rebels are already 1 foot in the grave.
I only hope these days of sleeping with one eye open shall end eventually.
Mince, why are you still here?
What do you mean by that?
I know you have a distaste for how I kept control of the Crescent, that your heart is no longer in it. I remember how much you loved what you do, but there is no such spark here.
What kind of person would I be to back down to the sign of hardship? Someone has to keep this place safe.
But not you. I'm not Ellery, Mince. And even if I was, you owe her nothing.
It's not about that.
Then it is because I'm Oriana's daughter? Or Ellery's protege? That you feel the need to aid an old friend's charge?
No.
Then what is it about? What makes you continue to fill this role which you so dislike? means I'm dismissing you from your position. This is one conversation away from turning red. Honestly. Poor guy. He just keeps getting dragged around in the mess. What, huh? You deserve better than this cesspool that is just this silver wall. Please go live a better life. I will, Prinya. I will pray for your continued good health. Pray, when did he become a follower? Ugh, again, another headache. Ellery only ever taught me how to conquer, but not how to rule. Can I ever truly rule the Crescent? No, I can't doubt myself. I will succeed. I always daydreamed about the humble home far from civilization, away from the struggles of society, and simply living off the land. I can't believe we're actually doing it. Neither of us know a tidbit about farming. Figuratively living off the land, we could just buy food. Alone to pursue whatever we desire, backed up by vast amounts of wealth we build up. And if we are to run out of gold, then we shall starve together. Either that, or we could just go back to our usual trade. I feel like expectations and reality have gotten a little murky here. I call it adapting to circumstances. Do feel a little guilty leaving Prinya and Day behind, but it's for the best. Wonder where Oriana and Tower are, whether they'll come back. Do they even still live? We haven't heard anything about them for years. Between the two of them, there's nothing in the world that can take them down. You'll return to see Prinya one day. Part of me thinks I should hate them for killing my friend, for cutting short my ambitions, but I can't bring myself to. They must have believed they were doing the right thing. I can't possibly fault them for that, even if it meant... I know Yalunzar's destruction was the catalyst, but I've always wondered, why Ellery? Why not me? I created the golems, I gave the command. Tower, Oriana, the Archsage, they all knew that. Because they knew you wouldn't have done such a thing yourself. Is it wrong to attribute it all to Ellery? Then I made the decision. Do they really believe that I'm a better person than I really am? That Ellery's hold is so absolute that my choice was illusory? I don't know what they believe, but I truly, fully believe you'd never have decided that if not for Ellery. All that you talked about regarding your ideals, they weren't for nothing. I don't know, Palm, but if I had said no, Ellery would not have forced the matter. I don't know what to think about Ellery. The cynical part says she only used us, but I would rather believe our friendship was something more genuine. I want to believe in the latter, as I can only remember the good she has done for me. If only I had just refused, could we have still won the war regardless, without Yalunzar's destruction? Would Ellery still be chief, and Oriana, and being fixated on the possibilities that never were will only bring you pain? Despite everything, we've got a good life to look forward to in the present, but I don't know if that's something I deserve to have. No one can tell you what you do and don't deserve, Lynn. Let's just live. Rejoice, citizens! He was the head of your oppressor. No more shall his cruel and unjust laws plague this land. Brave heroes, it is only through your efforts that evil has been vanquished, and the people might choose me as the protector of this realm. It's hardly a choice when you're the only candidate. It's about the spirit of things. What reward do you seek for your services to the realm? Simple grant of title on land seems like insufficient acknowledgement. We have no need for that, as we are leaving this realm shortly. Truly. We did say very clearly many times that we'll depart at the end of this conflict. I assumed you were just being polite. When we're the reason you got the crown, we have no need to be polite. You are truly like the heroes from a fairy tale. Those who aid the weak, and yet ask for no reward. I'm sure there's still some things you could do for us, such as getting the supplies for the next stretch of our trip. I shall see to it that you're as well supplied as you can possibly be. Don't prepare too much, we only have that... She must be overjoyed that we won't be in her way. Even though we said this over and over again. I suppose she couldn't imagine we'd really take part in the revolution for the sake of it. I have no doubt she plans to turn our departure into some kind of festivity. I do enjoy the occasional celebration, but not when I'm at the center of it. We could always slip by in the night, though I do want those supplies first. Are we continuing a journey down the east coast? Power, I'm thinking it's time we return to the Crescent. I'm not opposed to this, but you have not considered returning for quite some time. I was afraid of going back, not because of whatever enemies we might have made, but because I didn't want to directly face Krinia and explain why we abandoned her. If Krinia had been harmed because of what we did, I don't know if I could live with that. Indeed, I shoulder the blame for not thinking through the consequences of our decision. But recently, Krinia, I'm sure as you've heard, has been thriving in recent years. She unified much of the Crescent, almost like another Ellery. I did not want to phrase it that way, but yes, I suppose so. I do not doubt she must have taken inspiration from her mentor. What if that Krinia who rules is no longer the girl you remember? Then it is what it is. I've lost any right to insert myself into her life after all that. I'm glad to hear this. I feared you might cut yourself on false expectations. I'm not that naive. But there's another to this. When the Crescent comes to mind, so does Ellery. So there's the lack of anger in her eyes, only resignation, and a good lot of disappointment. But you did not regret doing that. It took me those years up to now to convince myself at that tower. That's the only way I can work up the courage to return to the Crescent. Then if you are decided, let's go. I relish the opportunity to see my granddaughter. And let's help anything that stands in the way of that, even if it is Even Day. Is that our end? Are we gonna get endings for every character? Chapters in this game don't take too long. 286 turns, alright. Yeah, we're getting endings. Roswick, one last job. Oh my god! Look, this battles. Unwilling to leave the Crescent, which he has called home for decades, Roderick was cut to pieces by the enraged warriors of Even Day. His efforts in the assassination affected the Crescent more than his adventuring career. Oh my goodness. The legend who never was. She may have died young, but her incredible feats of slaying the Cold Caller in signal combat and defeating an army of knights would form the basis for the folk hero Land the Lance. Maurice, doomed loyalist. As one of his few trusted servants, Maurice's king sorely missed his services. With loyalists being a rare commodity, it was not long before the great houses tore the kingdom apart. So I might go back and do the other ending. Maybe. Storbits argued much over how their time should be distributed, but finally settled. 1 week in Even Day's library, uncovering the secrets of their existence. The other week, committing murders authorized by Krinya. Empress, the title's too long. The Empress spent many more years on the verge of ascension, yet she still wavers, unable to bring up the courage to cross that final threshold. Perhaps it will take the end of her lifespan for her to take that ultimate risk. Helicent, freelance advisor. Helicent leveraged her time in Ellery's service to become an advisor to a minor noble house. Tales of her genius grew alongside tales of her disloyalty as she frequently found better employment. A bitter client had her executed. Kalugo, adventure awaits. Kalugo's enthusiasm did much to raise even Zio's spirits. They had many odd adventures in their travels, all of which Zio carefully documented. The Travelings of Kalugo and Zio was an insightful manuscript into that era. Sububai, too many faces. Sububai. They misspelled their name. Character's name anyway. Disappeared soon after the war. She reappeared years later, then disappeared, then reappeared, and so on for centuries, under a new identity each time. She's been a prophet, a hero, an inventor. Yeah, I think there are a lot of newer patches for this game, and they just fix a lot of typos that I've just been too lazy to get the latest version. Unawi, sleazy hero. In the wake of Ellery's death, Unawi found an even more demanding opponent. With Krinya intent on Frosthaven's destruction and without regard for the consequences, it would be an even harsher decade for this fortunate city. I'm surprised he actually got an ending despite the fact he died. Not really. Oh, she died. Ivandine. Icy insurgent with the Crescent useless to her. Ivandine returned to the mainland. She learned to discard the mentality of a knight and stir up discontent for the shadows. It would not be long before she got the war she wanted. Lilac and Lilac. With Tower gone and unsure what to do with himself, Lilac returned to the feuding sect. He stayed on the fringes as a titular member, continuing to wonder if there was something else he could have done with his life. It's interesting how everyone's endings are just kind of set in stone. I mean, there's no supports. Kind of like older FP games in that regard. Hagendire's abrasive nature earned him friends in Erenday, but people begrudgingly admitted he was a skilled administrator. He was frequently the man almost grumbled about, but there was never a call to be rid of him. Hagendire, pretty reliable. Joe, why isn't Wings? It's like it's definitely intentional for not to be supports, since the endings we already have are kind of set in stone. Joyful Joe continued the paired endings, I mean. Joyful Joe continued to push the principles of non-interference with morals of the Crescent. Knowing he will not ascend in his lifetime, Joe spent his last years writing about the drive to ascend is equally a corrupting force. John the 16th, culinary tourist. John the 16th decided to aimlessly tour the world with the goal of trying fresh cuisines. She was particularly fond of Sundown Bay's pastries. Coincidentally, disappearances seemed to pop up in whatever place she just visited. The fantastic Foxberry. Foxberry was free to present her accounts of the events on the Crescent as fact. This infamous work was what Foxberry would be known for, despite her major contributions to mapping out so much of the Crescent. Igo, honorary archsage, satisfied with his small but prized collection, Igo began to teach classes on his studies. Of several decades, many of his students became great mages, an incredible feat, considering Igo never learned to cast magic. There are no therapists. Yeah, I feel like at least half the cast could probably use one. Escaped north with but before could the her was by the other could not Ellery in the Castle, man made of money. Castle's business expanded its operations to all sorts of goods under his watchful eye. He profited immensely off the kingdom's civil wars, selling arms to each side of the conflict. He was hated by all, but he was wealthy. Dune was turned to ash by Quenya in an instant. Her family, the Ironsmiths, were also the first to be purged, as an example to others who might dare challenge Quenya. Mr. Hidden Archsage and an upstanding bloke. The pair settled down in a remote village and spoke rarely of their past. Despite their best efforts, each of their 4 children was unsatisfied with a quiet life, each settling out with a dream to make a mark on the world. Basil, peace at last. Driven to the only option he felt that he had, Basil attempted to assassinate his sister. He was killed instantly, a fate he felt that he deserved. Thyme, big boss in town. Thyme took control of Sundown Bay for some time, but when Quenya came east, the people of the bay banded together to welcome their new leader, who had to be better than Thyme. She had to be better than Thyme. She narrowly escaped the lynching and vanished. Jared, the persecutor. Jared's placed a small sign in front of a bridge with the words, Jared Land, and demanded a small fee for anyone using the bridge. The authorities turned a blind eye to this. Alright guys, Jared Land is canon in Cerulean Coast. Jared locked in. Chickson, chosen chef. Though Chickson could never taste his own dishes, never understood the concept of hygiene, it still became a famed chef. Its signature dish was Gateway to Paradise, 20-layer pastry drenched in custard and Pegasus cream. Goodness. Murky the Defiler. Left to her own devices, Murky would spend years perfecting her art, on participants both willing and unwilling. Her final experiment was on herself. The horrifying results of this was immortalized in history as a warning. Nameless Goddess. Her name has been lost in history. Ice. Okay, ACL, whatever. Searched for years and years, looking for a reason to be chosen. She only returned to Nam as an old woman and found Nam exactly as she left it. A rustic town on the Crescent. It was a satisfying life, nonetheless. Wily Whipjack. Whipjack gambled away all the funds he had built up in Ellery's service. With a shrug, he returned to the roads, living life as he did before. The only difference is that his tall tales now had a hint of truth to them. Francisca, head mercenary. Francisca found a better way of making lots of gold, having other people make lots of gold for her. Her mercenary company was the largest on the Crescent, covering matters from rescuing kittens to guarding trade ships. Marlowe, alcoholic savant. Marlowe continued to live a breezy life in Erenday, funding his alcohol expenditures by selling off his tomes. His almost indecipherable scribbling gave rise to the magic school of Marlowism, embracing a lack of uniformity and structure. Rashea the painter. Rashea declined teach any more students and instead devoted herself to the arts. Her sword techniques, said to be unrivaled among sword masters, would never be passed down, but a few of her paintings would survive. Quinya, young tyrant. Quinya spent the next decade reconquering every corner of the Crescent, embodying the spirit of Erenday. She was immensely frustrated by the rebels that kept seeming pop up, but one day, she thought, she will kill them all. Vermilion, the Fire Emblem! All at once, 10,000 realms received a prophecy of the Red One, who shall bring about the end of all ends. Meanwhile, the discarded thing followed Quinya home. Perhaps one day, it'll be something more. Mere husk. Maybe the real Fire Emblem was the chickens made along the way. Yosef trying his best. Yosef never figured out how to be the best, but was comforted that no one else knew. His next goal was to take to the skies. The sight of Yosef flying over cities on a dragon 10 times his size was immortalized in art. Good for him. Chalice, sect visionary. Chalice traveled to the mainland and hit sect politics with all the grace of a warhammer. She formed her own faction within the sect, bringing the fresh perspective of, I'll beat you over the head with a staff if you don't listen. Talon, ashes to ashes. While defending his sister, Talon was among the many turned to dust by Quinya during that night of destruction. He is still remembered for his wanderings as a duelist. Yvette, thrill of the hunt. While the Yvette missed the large-scale wars on the Crescent, he found entertainment in bounty hunting. She particularly enjoyed the month-long hunts, tracking down and slaying dissenters to Quinya's rule, the greatest prey. Riker, wet-list rider. Riker joined Erenday's town guard, but a life defending the town from mundane dangers was a far cry from his ideal adventure. One day he abandoned his post, saddled his horse, and went north, never looking back. Waylon, local legends. Waylon spent all of her gold buying up as much land in Erenday as possible. When raiders came to Erenday once more, none fought more fiercely than Waylon. With the value of her property on the line, few dared dodge her debts after that. Gale Force Gecko. Many would challenge Quinya's claim to the Crescent, and many would be slain by her most loyal enforcer. Gecko's heart was heavy each time she killed Bukunya, but she would say nothing. This was her role in the world. Magnificent Mince. It took a few years for Mince to bounce back, but bounce back he did. The town celebrated Mince's return into the culinary business. His restaurant was a safe haven during Ironday's darkest hours, Mince defending it with his life. Just Bird and the Scholar and Pomelo, just living life. Tired of the bloodshed plaguing the Crescent, the pair retreated to a secluded abode. They lived the rest of their days in peace. Their combined innovations, uncovered after their deaths, would throw the world into disarray. Tower the Untoppled. Tower is never one to admit defeat, even against the passage of time. Even as he and Oriana became more infamous, he ensured no situation was truly ever dangerous enough. Nothing can possibly topple the tower. Oriana, Vigilante in the Wind. Oriana, oh my god, she has 3 losses. How many times did I let this woman die? Oriana's journey took her across the world, obeying no authority and dispensing her own justice wherever she saw fit. Tales of the swordswoman and the old warrior spread, their names haunting many a local despot. Ellery, Burnt Candle. Ellery remained a controversial figure in the history of the Cerulean Crescent. Her rapid rise and fall would become the subject of many plays. They were evenly split on her depiction as a tragic hero or a wicked villain. If you made it all the way here, I can only hope this hack is allowed for some semblance of enjoyment. Maybe a little bit. Thank you for playing. I could not have completed this hack without the assists and ASM made by the community over all these years. Though several hundred names are far too much to be listed in a text box like this one, but I do encourage you to check out the credits in the main post. Thank you to everyone who supported me throughout development, providing feedback and playtesting with important news. Typos means a lot, really. Wish you all a very good day. And that was Cerulean Crescent. What a game that was. It really shows off just how far Fire Emblem hacking has come these days. The Steam's practically bigger than ever, and all kinds of new fan games are constantly coming out, and it's really exciting to see with all the different new options. I recommend Dream of 5. I actually have played Dream of 5. It's another one that's really good. But, yeah. I really did enjoy this. I feel like there's a ton of secrets of this game that I've just not even seen. Not even accounting for the whole ending we haven't even probably seen. That's probably not rebelling against Ellery. But yeah. Thank you all so very much for watching. And next time, maybe you'll show off the other ending, or maybe we'll go with something new. Either way, see you guys next time.